I am really into the bodysuits because it just
makes it all
holds it all in
together. Amazon has some good ones. Knockoff Skims
Amazon.
one. Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, perf. Send me the link. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome to Polite as Fuck.
Another episode of Polite as Fuck.
Another day, another dollar.
Another day, another dollar.
Here we are, talking to you about
friendships.
Girls
night. I do know what's going on.
Yeah, we had a girls' night last night on a whim, and it was so much fun. It was just the two of us, and we planned it like a few hours before.
I feel like we had stuff that we needed to get done, both like podcasting in our own personal lives. Like, I think we just didn't want the day to like get ahead of us, you know? Mm-hmm. And so since I was home and had the ability to like do things, it's like, let's just plan on going out and get all of our like stuff that we needed to get done. And it ended up being like a fun, like we got what we needed, but then ended up staying longer and talked about all sorts of stuff. And then came back and just had... It was a fun little night.
Yeah, we had a whole bottle of wine. We had a really good pizza thing that really messed up our stomachs.
A lot of cheese, guys.
Brought the dogs. And yeah, I feel like it was good because it was like we weren't stressed out because we were getting things done, but we were having fun getting the things done. And then we were just being silly.
Yeah. And I think for me... I don't know. Well, I went on vacation over summer for like a long time, but I feel like coming back and even a little bit before that, this summer I really spent time like scheduling time to have like girls' nights or even like girls, you know, just time to hang out and like put time and energy into like female friendships, which we like know is important. And I don't know, I feel very like proud of myself. And I do want to say like I feel very... Not that I was, like, not feeling great before, but I feel good. And I can't help thinking, especially after having a night like last night, that it is, like, it's not, people don't just, like, say it to say it. Like, having healthy, like, female friendships in order to, like, fuel you and kind of just, like, feed, like, both like I'm giving something to them and then I feel like I'm getting something in return is just very like healthy. And I don't know, I wanted to reflect on that a little bit today. That's why I said friendships. Okay, I knew we were talking about girls' night.
But I think like the power of female friendships, that's probably better because it's like there's a difference of when I go hang out in a big group with all our friends, which is really fun and we have a great time. Then when I go hang out with either just one-on-one with you or one-on-one with another girlfriend or like a group of just girls, and I leave feeling like elevated, usually. Like I feel like more empowered, I feel happier, I feel lighter, I feel like I related to people, and it's just a good feeling. Like earlier this week we went to a concert, which was so fun, and it was just a group of girls and we met new friends there. There were also girls, and it was a Yellow Card concert, and like Mayday Parade, and all these like old pop punk bands from the early 2000s, which was so fun. But these are all like male bands, and I feel like that could have easily, not that that's a negative thing, it's just a different
atmosphere,
vibe,
very different vibe, exactly. Yeah. And even with you saying that, I feel like this summer, as was last summer, there's a lot of like big group things, and so what ends up happening is like, and we've talked about this too, how many times have we been to these like big group like day events, and yeah, we may be back at home at like a reasonable hour, but like I just feel so exhausted. Not that like men exhaust me, I just think with like bigger groups with like people that you're not necessarily like fully connecting with, it just kind of takes a lot out of you. They can be fun, but like when you do them like back to back to back, it's a lot. And so when you have like one group, massive group activity, and then a few days later you have like a very small, intimate, more like you were saying, one-on-one connection with like, with your female friends, like the feeling is just so different. Like you can't help but like I don't know. Yeah, like, what did you say? Rejuvenated? Did you say that, or am I just making that up?
I said like empowered or like lighter.
Yeah.
But I feel like rejuvenated.
Yeah.
Works.
I feel like that's how I've been feeling, and I love that. And I think yesterday it was just, I feel like you can be more yourself. Like, you don't have to, I don't want to say put on a show, but when I think of like just having a girls' night, I was able to like dress in what I felt was like sexy and comfortable. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like if we were going out to a bigger group setting or like going out, you know, my outfit would have like caused not stress, but like it is kind of like, well, what the fuck am I gonna wear now? Like, I felt I didn't have to worry about any of that. And then I don't know, we also came back. I have put a long pause on my Hinge profile because I've just been like away, and I just don't ever, people are like, oh, like we should go on a date, and I automatically, I'm like, ick, no, I just don't want to do it. And I'm like, okay, I really need to put some more effort in. And so last night we came back, and well, we were walking to the restaurant, and Erica was like, why don't I just like manage your account? And I was like, okay, fine. Because my problem is I couldn't pick the pictures that I liked, and I spend too long looking at them, and then I'm like, none of these are cute, and what the fuck? Anyway, I just like dig myself a hole. And so we came back and we casted my phone to the TV, and she put together my Hinge account, and we just like went through it for a good like 30 minutes. And I just feel like, I don't know, it was so dumb, but so fun.
It was fun. It's like not the pressure of like when you're alone in your room and you're like swiping on these people and you're like second guessing yourself. You're like, am I really attracted to this person? Blah, what do I say? I'm not going to say anything. Blah. Like, it's just like, I don't feel like it's a fun experience.
Well, also, I feel like you're like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like not funny or like not like a people person, which is crazy since we're doing this fucking podcast. But I feel like you reinforced my like confidence, because my insecurity when it comes to like Hinge or any like dating app or anything like that is like what to say. Like I really want to be the person that says something, but I end up just taking like such a back seat and like liking or doing the basic like, hey, how are you? Which is like, I hate when people say that to me, so why do I do that?
Yeah.
But we'd be like looking through profiles, and I would just like say whatever comes to my mind, because I feel like that's what I do when I'm comfortable. And you were like, that's funny, like you should do that. And I'm like, wait, really? And you're like, yeah, like do that. And I was just like, oh, okay. So I feel like it just makes you feel more like better about yourself, and kind of takes away like sometimes when, at least for me, when I dig myself a hole and I talk like negatively towards myself when I'm with my girlfriends, like, what did Kitty say? She was like, don't talk bad about my friend. Mm-hmm. They literally are like, stop, no, like you're funny. Yeah. This is funny. This is cute picture. This is you, I don't even know, like give you compliments, and I like that. It makes me feel good.
No, it's true. I feel like your friends see in you what you sometimes don't allow yourself to see in yourself, or like maybe you don't allow that part of you to like really shine because you're second guessing it. I don't know. Yeah. I have traits like that about myself too, or like feeling like you're too much, or feeling like you're like not enough, or whatever, you know. There's always like some feeling going on depending on the day and where you're at in your cycle.
Yeah. Seriously.
So I feel like when you're just around female friends, especially, it's like you can relate in that way. Yeah. And I feel like they can validate things for you that like hanging out in large groups, you usually don't have, one, those conversations, or two, the like intimate like space to be able to like talk about those things. Yeah. Like when we were at this party the other week, it was like fun. I had a good time. Don't get me wrong, but I was not having like meaningful conversations with people.
No. I know. I don't know if it's just my personality, but I end up just feeling so, I don't know, not that I need to have one-on-one conversations. I think it doesn't help that I don't know like everybody there, but there's just like a lot of standing around and just like looking. But I'm glad they had bands, or wherever we go elsewhere, like there's always stuff to do, but I find myself just like standing around, and then you like start to think, and then you're drinking, and it just kind of is like
yeah. I guess that, so speaking of girls' night, we're planning Metamorphosis, which is Hilary Duff's album. from 2003, 20-year anniversary party. And we were talking about that last night at our girls' night. And just like, what do we want to do? And I feel like what's fun about us hosting is that it's different than guys hosting, because I feel like this is the cliche, but it's like they just need beer and some music and that's all. They're fine. Whereas I feel like we can curate more of like an experience. For people. And we're like looking at Pinterest and like all the like photo booth ideas or like themes, and having people bring a picture of themselves from 2003, and like just these fun things that we had talked about that I'm like, this is like how I know it's hosted by women.
Yeah. Or when you ask your waitress and she literally lists out like 7 things for you to think about, you're like, oh, this is fun. Like, this is a different vibe.
Different vibe, for sure. Which I appreciate, and I feel like you need both, but I think making the time and space for a girls' night is important. And
sometimes for me, the like drive of going out is the expectation that guys are going to be there. And I think it's so like high school, I feel like, when you think like that. And the shift of just like, I'm actually going to make time to get dressed up and be cute only to go hang out with my girlfriends and that be my fun night. And I feel like more and more recently I've been like, that's more of what I want to do, because then I don't walk away feeling so like, I don't know, you never know how you're gonna walk away from those situations, whereas like girls' night, I always know how to walk away a little tipsy and very happy, and that's all you need.
It's hard not to, like, when you're single, I don't know, what I'd be curious to talk to my friends who are like in relationships or married, of like, they're obviously not really trying to impress other guys, or that's not maybe like a thought in their mind. Like, maybe they're thinking about it with their spouse or their partner of like being fun and going out. But from my experience, from what I remember, like, I was just like wanting to hang out with my boyfriend when I'm out, you know? Like, I'm not like thinking about anyone else. And like, he's seen me in all my forms, so I'm not like so overly concerned about my outfit. Like, I put on an outfit that I think is cute and I'm confident in wearing it because I have my person.
Somebody,
I'm not like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess maybe that's an immaturity. Maybe it's an insecurity. If you have none of that, that's awesome.
Well, I also feel like the people that are in relationships are, to me, when you're in a bigger group like that, are the most like confident people, like, because they have their person. But I also feel like it's just as important for them to have girls' night, because it's because they walk away feeling confident, but it's almost like a break, not secretive, but like your own little thing that is yours, that you can still like dress up and feel confident, just as like when you go out with your man or your partner. It's like the difference. So
I agree that it's important. Ow, my abs. I did like crunches for the first time in a long time. And anytime I laugh, it hurts. Okay. I'm getting laser hair removal. And
shift.
When the nurse who was like doing it for me was talking about all her like family drama and like really just telling me your whole life story. But at the end of the session, she, like, I could tell she was kind of embarrassed, and she like kind of realized that she just really dumped a lot onto me. Like, luckily I am not like taking that with me everywhere, but like, she said something along the lines of, thanks so much for like listening to me vent. This isn't really something I can talk to my husband about. And I was like, I felt sad, because I was like, I am so thankful that I have women in my life that I know I can go and talk to. Like, I come to, I literally texted Ellie, I was like, are you awake? I need to talk to you about a boy. But like, to not have that, I like wanted to like, I was like, next time I'm in here, like, fully, you can
lay it out,
lay it on me. I don't care. And like, not to the point of like, I'm going to give her my number and we're going to go hang out outside of work. Like, it wasn't like that, but it's just like made me more aware, one, of what I do have, and also like how I can help other women too. Like, I know that feeling. I feel like when I moved to San Diego, I felt very alone, and then COVID happened, and I was in this relationship where I'm going to LA all the time, and I didn't really like have any strong friendships. I felt like I had friends but not, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's taken a lot of work, but like if I can help accelerate that for other people, I want to do that, because it makes such a difference. Like I'm so much happier now that I have all these friendships in my life.
Yeah. I do feel for people that are in those situations, and I'm like, this is why. It's like everything has been reinforcing, like, this is why it's so important. Mm-hmm. I also think, too, like, I can still be myself. I always thought, like, it's been a lot of, like, boundaries of, like, that doesn't mean I go to everything that I'm invited to or, like, every girls' night, but I make more time for it than I would have.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, like, obviously, we've been talking for a long time, and you moved here a little over a year ago. Like, how do you think that has changed? What do you think you've done in this last year to like cultivate more friendships or have more girls' nights, or is there anything like in particular that you...
Well, I think first and foremost our relationship, because we have never done anything like this before. I feel like even in high school, we would hang out, like when we were really good, we'd maybe hang out like every weekend.
We were really good.
But I feel like, you know what I mean? I guess that was a weird way to word it, but and then everything else was like a text or a FaceTime, like here and there, maybe like once or twice a year. And then now like all of a sudden we're literally like seeing each other and living with each other and being roommates. It's just like crazy. And we did this podcast together, so I feel like I actually was able to see like how to have like an adult female like best friend that isn't just like someone you reach out to when things are like really, really crazy, or it's that you have like a moment in the crazy year to reach out. It's like I have someone who leans on me, but also like how we've talked about this before, like how we're very different people. We may like a lot of the same things, but how do we like have a friendship while still like respecting and blah, 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 blah. So I feel like that was one way. I also feel like I leaned into you in order to make other friendships, because I'm not necessarily the best to like go out of my way to maybe do like a new class or a new club or something that we've kind of like talked about previously on like how to help like make friendships. That's not the kind of person, but the one thing that I can do is like recognize a strong friendship, and you kind of like help guide me into that. And I think just like being a part of things, like being more open to doing things like book club or going to things that maybe you're not going to be there, or doing stuff like different, like surfing with them like early in the morning. Like I maybe have only done it like once or twice, but for me that's like a big step. Yeah.
I think that's a really fair point, because I've lived in San Diego longer than you, and I've known these people longer than you, but it's really not been until you've been here that I feel like those other relationships have flourished. So I think the point of like having that one solid like person, friend, female, what the hell? Female friend in your life, because not every girls' night needs to be a group thing. And I think, like, last night was the prime example of that, and it felt like high school vibes to me.
It did. It really did. I feel like the typical is to do what we did, but I think what made it special is, like, we had things to talk about. So, like, we made it a point. Because for me, it's like, I don't want to go out and, like, just spend, sometimes it's like, I feel like a lack of purpose. And so it was easier for me to be like, hey, we have some stuff that we want to do for the future because we're making time, like planning this 2003 party. Let's make it fun and go like drink while we figure it out. And I was like, okay, that sounds like fantastic. And then we were able to like tackle that stuff. But I think what also made it special is like doing the whole like Hinge thing and coming back and like making it a walk there, a walk back with the dogs. And I think that was like nice, but I think there are like other things that we do to have like a girls' night, or how to have like a girls' night that's like pretty basic, but to like spruce it up, such as like coming together and watching this like one show that we're doing together, because it's not like we do it every night or we did it every night, but it was like nice when we did. And I feel like that's like a way to do a girls' night too.
Yeah, definitely. Which, side note, I'm so disappointed.
Same.
We've been hyping up Yellowstone, like, in every episode, and then we finished the last episode of the last season, and I'm like...
It was caca-poo-poo. It was horrible.
Like, I don't even care about watching it anymore,
yeah.
honestly.
Why do shows, like, when your storyline is, like, already kind of, like, up and down, and then it starts going like this, I'm like, oh, I've lost interest.
Yeah, like, they were making it drag on painfully long. And, like, just, I feel like making up random stuff that I'm like...
This is too much.
Too much. Anyway, back to Girls' Night doesn't need to be a whole event. But I do think the point of, like, feeling like there was a purpose to going out, sometimes I'm like, if a girlfriend is like, hey, do you want to go get dinner? That honestly makes me a little nervous.
Yeah.
Not because I don't, like, love them and, like, have a great time with them, but, like, a one-on-one, like, it's like a date in a way. And, like, I want to make sure that, like, we have enough to talk about.
Yep.
And, like, I don't know. Like, it's not going to be, like,
point.
draining. So I feel like that's almost why I like when there's a little bit more of, like, thought put into it. Whether it's, like, we can go to dinner and, like, I'm going to bring a game or something. Or, like, you can come over and we can make candles or whatever, you know? Like, some little, like, extra things where it's not just, like, dinner.
Yeah.
Or it's not just, like, I don't know.
No, that's such a good point because I feel like if you think back, I mean, it wasn't one-on-one, but it was a group thing when we did the candle making. It was like we had an activity because sometimes it's like we're really lucky because of, I think, the, like, length and the things that we've been through within our friendship to be able to go out and, like, have spaces where we don't talk. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like we've done that before where we do just, like, go out for dinner and it's not necessarily we have, like, a topic, you know?
Or, like, when we go on walks, like, I don't feel awkward if we're not speaking.
Same, yeah.
I'm just, like, we're just
in
walking.
But I feel like maybe, at least for me with some of my female friendships, that I'm trying to, like, build and get stronger. Like, the first step it is you kind of need something to do to not make it awkward because who knows what'll come out of my mouth. It's just, like, this awkward space. So I think, like, doing shit like that, like candle making, like, your husband is not going to want to come to a candle making party, or, like, your partner may not want to go to. This is an opportunity for you to go, like, with your friends and do something like that. Or if, like, your friend wants to go do something or talk about something, I feel like that is such an easy way to not break the ice. It is kind of like a date, but it just, like, makes you feel, like you're not leaving drained.
Mm-hmm. I think, like, especially as, like, a grown adult who most of us have full-time jobs, we have things outside, it's like you want to make it like a fun thing, and maybe if someone's like having a tough time or whatever, like that's just when you go for a walk, or like there doesn't need to be an activity there, but like I think making the space to have that time to have a girls' night is really important, and it doesn't need to be a whole ordeal, but I think just like the one random added tidbit is what makes it a special thing and not something that you can do with your partner or your husband necessarily.
I think it's a perfect opportunity to do some of the things that you've been wanting to do, like rock climbing class or pottery or painting or paddleboard or literally anything, and you may feel like a little nervous to go by yourself, or you're not sure, maybe like it's an opportunity for you to go meet people there, but like sometimes it's hard for me to go do stuff like by myself all the time. So if you reach out to that one person where you just want to like have like a one-on-one and have that activity to go to together, that in itself is like a girls' night, because it like breaks the ice and you're doing something for the first time, like the boat birthday party. I feel like we made like friends there, but if you were to, I don't know, maybe you would do that by yourself, but I wouldn't. If like somebody like from, you know, the past reached out to do something, but it was so much fun. I think we had so much fun because we had each other, and there were moments where like we weren't necessarily like standing next to each other the whole time, but it like broke the ice to do this like fun different thing together.
For context, I don't know if we've talked about this, but a random person from my like high school days reached out who lives in San Diego, and I'd randomly like met up with her before one night for someone else's birthday, which was also really random. Just anyway, she was like, hey, some people like dropped and we have more space on this boat that we're gonna go on for my birthday if you want to come. And I was like, it seems like fun. Like, I would like to go on a boat, but I don't really want to go do that by myself with, like, this person who I don't really know, all of her friends that I don't know. And, like, I'm sure I can meet people, but that just seems like a lot. So Ellie and I went together, met, like, a group of girls, and had a good night.
Yeah.
And
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. And I feel like just, like, saying yes to those situations. But it goes back to, like, having that, like, investing time in that, like, really solid 1 or 2 friends. Because I think sometimes people can get insecure about, and I'm guilty of this, about, like, not having 5 bajillion friends and feeling like you need that. But I don't think I have, like, necessarily the energy, or I think I have the energy now more now because I have, like, a solid foundation with you. And, like, I have, like, maybe 1 or 2 other girls in our friend group that I feel, like, really, really close with. And the rest, like, I feel like I can remember to text them when they're leaving or do something because it's, like,
I already have
my base,
yes,
you know?
Yeah, fully. I also think, too, it's, like, when you have your base, you're able to be, like, nicer. Like, I feel in the instance where we met some of those girls on the boat, like, it's not necessarily we're going to be best friends starting then, but I feel like I was able to kind of approach a public situation and setting that, like, can be awkward when you're first meeting people, but because, like, I felt secure, I was able to, like, you know, be nice. It's like, it's not that I would have been a bitch otherwise,
No,
but, like,
but,
I can be flow and, like,
yeah.
have a conversation, and there's, like, mutual respect, and I'm actually interested. I feel like sometimes I'm better about it now, but in the past I'm fully guilty of just, like, using a girl group situation to attract a guy, or, like, to be like, okay, this is just my stand-in until I can, like, go, what's better. And I felt like in that moment, or in the moments past, like, kind of makes me sound so fucking immature, but I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And I think, like, in that moment, I was like, I'm chill right here learning about these girls, and that's all I can, like, that's all I'm interested in. I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, well, in light of Girls' Night, we're starting Girls' Night early today, and we're going to do a game of Never Have I Ever, and the loser has to take a shot of Casamigos tequila. Get ready, guys.
Get ready.
Happy
Wednesday. This has been in our freezer for a long time.
Since Hookups and Hangovers.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So if you guys want to go back and listen to that episode, you for sure should. Because that was
hilarious. A lot more shots. This is one. And because it's
and
Girls'
this is
Night.
the little thing I got from West Palm Beach for Erica.
This
is where I was born.
It's a little mug.
So little.
Okay, so Never Have I Ever is like the 10 fingers, right?
Yeah. Okay, you go first.
Okay. Never have I ever missed a flight.
Okay. Never have I ever kissed more than one person in 24 hours.
Wait, actually, you've never done that?
I don't think so, no.
I definitely feel like I have. Never have I ever been on a blind date.
Never been on a blind date.
How does one go on a blind date?
Like, your friend is like, I have someone, and then they're like, oh, they're gonna meet at the bar, you should go, and then you go. And you're like, yeah.
That seems cute. I would like to do that.
Never have I ever sent a racy text to the wrong person.
I did this, you know, one of those, like, things that you did when you're young and you're like, it haunts you to this day.
Yes. This
is mean, and since we're talking about female friendships, I'll reveal it, I guess. There was this girl in high school that, like, really got on my nerves, and I was being a bitch and was gonna talk shit about her in a text and send it to someone who, we were all sitting at a table, and I sent it to the girl. Luckily, like, my talking shit is, like, it really wasn't, it was mean, but I could get out of it. But it was, I think about it all the time.
Everything.
So do I put that down? Because that was a text to a wrong person.
Yeah. Never have I ever been to a nude beach. It's kind of lame. Yeah. I've been to a nude beach.
Well, there's one here. We should go.
Is there?
Yeah. Black's is a nude beach. Okay, when I Splits guy, if anyone listened to that episode when I talked about the guy,
go back and listen because that's fucking hilarious.
We walked down to that beach, and there was a fully naked man just, like, gallivanting in the sand.
Gallivanting? What was he doing? Jumping around.
I mean, he was kind of just being, like, really fluid in his walking. Like,
I love it.
Never have I ever saved a life.
I don't think I've saved a life.
Yeah. I was a lifeguard, but I just gave out lots of Band-Aids. I mean, actually, that's a lie. I think I did. In the kiddie pool, like the little baby pool, I feel like parents don't watch their kids. And the little baby was, like, fully...
Oh my God,
under
under the water.
Scooped it up, but, like, it wasn't like they were on their deathbed. But I feel like that's close.
Never have I ever been in an open relationship. Well, I know you haven't. That's dumb.
You never know. Could have surprised you, but I haven't.
Never have I ever been to a bachelor or bachelorette party.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do for yours? If you had to
know.
pick something right now.
I feel like I was reading a book, the Single on Purpose book by whatever that guy's name is, John Kim or something like that. And he was talking about how for one of his friends' bachelorette parties, his friend's bachelor party, they did like a 12-day like dirt bike trip into Yosemite and was like camping out. And like, yeah, it's kind of like a guy thing to do. And like some guy
12 days?
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
That's a long...
I wouldn't want to do 12 days, but I'm like, that would be cool.
That would be really cool.
Like camping, I guess. I don't know. I could not picture. Also, part of me is like, Vegas. Why not?
I know.
I don't know.
The like people pleasing side, which I would be fine with this, of me is like, let's just go to like an all-inclusive resort and like just do our thing.
Yeah.
But like the adventurous, like the few people that I would take with me, I'd be like some like really cool backpacking or camping thing.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Or like, yeah, some sort of like trip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or Amsterdam, I feel. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun. Never have I ever given or received a lap dance.
Yeah, didn't I have to do that at last summer when we were doing the phone game, or not the phone game, one of the other games we were playing at somebody's house, apartment in San Diego, downtown. And I had to do that to like one of his friends or cousins or something.
Oh my God.
Or he had to do it to me.
Yeah, he had to do it to you.
Because I'm like, I would have remembered if I
was going to say, I don't remember you doing that,
He had to do it to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you received one. Potentially revealing something about yourself. Never have I ever had a threesome?
Oh, no, but I want to. You've never been engaged either, so I don't know why. Never have I ever been filmed doing something you regret. Or I regret, however you would word that.
I mean, there's definitely videos of me, like, very drunk that I'm, like, embarrassed of. Does that count?
Sure, why not? Put your hand down.
One fist, baby. We're down to the other. Okay. Never have I ever participated in a protest.
I don't think I have. Yeah, no.
Yeah. I feel like I've, like, made my political stance known online, but not, like, gone to
any protests.
any
Yeah,
actual protest.
Never have I ever been nude in public. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think I've gotten all of my clothes off in public.
I mean,
when you went to the nude beach, were you nude?
No, but when I lost my virginity, quote unquote, it was on a beach, but it was at night, So does that count?
No. I feel like when I think of like nude in public, it's the light.
Everyone's looking at you.
Yeah.
Okay. Never have I ever role played. Well, we're on a roll with these. It's probably a lot better when you actually have more girls in your girls' night.
Probably.
Instead of the person you live with and know a lot of things about.
Seriously. Never have I ever called a partner the wrong name.
I definitely think I've done that.
I'm like, have I? I don't know.
I don't think he either didn't hear me or he pretended like he didn't hear me.
Oh, good for him.
Because they both started with the same letter, so. Never have I ever thrown a drink at someone.
I think I feel like I have.
You don't remember?
No. I've definitely poured a drink on someone. I don't think I've ever
I think
thrown.
that counts.
Okay.
You poured a drink? What's the story to that?
Probably just like, I don't know. I feel like people piss me off and I'll like pour water at them. I for sure poured water on my sisters all the time when they get me upset. I don't think I have like a specific instance. I don't think it was like a huge story. The rage just kind of came out, I think.
It's your turn now, right?
Never have I ever dated two people on the same day.
Dated two people? Like gone on two different dates?
Yeah.
I mean, let me check my notes. See if I can remember. I don't think I've done any on the same day, but I think I might have done one like back to back. Like one day and then the next day.
Gotcha.
But I don't really remember. No, I don't think I have actually. Okay. Never have I ever had an imaginary friend.
I don't think I had like one single imaginary friend, but I had like an imagination where I would like play teacher and like teach a room of absolutely no one in it, like rules and stuff. Does that count?
I mean, I did that too. I was thinking like the kids that have like their
that one person
like, pal.
No, I did not have a pal. Never have I ever dated my siblings' friends.
I have not done that. I think that might be
weird since they're like really young.
Yeah. Well, the next oldest is gay, so I feel like most of their friends are gay.
Oh yeah.
And then I went to dinner with the middle, Julia, and this guy. It was her boyfriend and her boyfriend's friend. And she warned me beforehand that he's like on the prowl. And I was like, I can't do it. No.
Was he like trying to get at you?
I feel like he was like really like overly talkative to me, you know?
Yeah.
Like it was just a lot. And I was not vibing. I felt awkward. I'm like, I'm with my sister.
Yeah.
And I'm also not attracted to you, so. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Some of these on here, I'm like, this is not the one I'm asking, but never have I ever worn a Halloween costume that I had explained more than once. Literally, my Halloween costume last year, I had explained to every single person. Because no one understood what I was. Never have I ever asked to speak to the manager.
I don't think so. It does sound like something I'd do. I swear I'm not a Karen, but sometimes I don't think I've ever said that. Like, I need to speak to your manager. Ugh, it just sounds so cringe. But people, like, piss me off enough. I don't know. I don't think I've ever done that, though.
Okay. Never have I ever dined and dashed.
I could never. I feel like I've worked in the I could not.
Remember when I thought that I had? Was that with you?
I don't think so.
I feel like we were, like, out at tacos or something, and we were walking away, and I was like, Ellie, I think I just dined and dashed. And you're like, no, I paid for you.
Oh, yeah. Where were we? What were we doing?
I don't know.
Never have I ever gotten banned from a specific store or location.
Okay. Cool. Had you asked me this a few weeks ago, I could have said I've never. But apparently I was too crazy for this woman.
The stupid bar.
I don't understand.
I don't even remember. I just remember you saying, like, she's not even going to serve me. And you walked outside and I was like, what is even happening?
I don't know. She was like, this woman's too drunk. And, like, yes, I was pretty drunk. But, like, I wasn't, like, doing anything.
No, she wasn't, like, stumbling in, wasn't causing, like, we literally just, like, walked in.
I wasn't even asking for a drink.
No. We literally walked into the bar. And then she was, like, decided, like, no. And then I was, like, trying to talk. It really, I could imitate this whole thing, but we don't have enough space. But it really frustrates me. Like, when someone's, like, trying to be assertive, but is just also being extremely passive. So you're saying, like, no. And then when I come up and talk to you about why the fuck you can't serve my friend a glass of fucking water, you're, like, backing away. Like, sorry, no, sorry. No, like, fucking talk to me. Stand there and tell me why you can't serve me. Why are you acting like so... Oh, God, that really irritated me. And then she sent out this, like, motorcycle guy, which must have been the bodyguard for the establishment, and was like, I hear, like, you need some assistance. I'm like, I don't need fucking assistance, dude. Shut up. But I didn't say that. I was, like, trying to be nice. But I was like, she won't even give us water. Like, why? And she was like, oh, well, I think she's just, like, too drunk. And I'm like... You were literally, then you went outside and you were just, like, standing there, like, waiting for us to figure out what our, like, next move was. And I was like, I can't believe you won't talk to me and then got your 72-year-old grandfather to come pick me out of your bar. Can I speak to your manager?
Yeah, literally. That was bizarre to me. That was, like, that gave me a lot of anxiety. Yeah. I will admit. Okay, I think I have, like, two.
Well, let me...
Two.
All right, well, it's your turn.
Okay. Never have I ever used a fake ID.
Never.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't have a fake ID in college?
Mm-mm.
Dang.
I just somehow got all of it. I don't really know how I went about that, but no, never used a fake ID.
Huh. Never have I ever smoked a cigarette.
Rude.
Well, how many do you have?
I have and I have 5.
Oh,
I just put down
cool.
my hand.
Okay.
Never have I ever made a fake Instagram account to creep on someone.
I haven't made a fake Instagram account. I've used, and this is a marketing, maybe I shouldn't even say this, but, like, when you manage other social media accounts, you can easily use that account to look at things. Like, when I've done that in any account that I've ever managed, because I don't want to seem like either I've been blocked or I just don't want to seem like I'm, like, you know.
Always, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So does that count?
It said made, but yeah, put your finger down.
Okay, so I have one more. Never have I ever walked in on someone having sex.
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah. I feel like in college all the time.
Oh. Yeah, I was not having the typical college experience.
Never have I ever slid into someone famous's DMs.
Dang it, Ellie!
It's motherfucking shot time.
No.
It was your idea.
I will say that the nice thing about sliding into someone famous's DMs is the odds of them seeing it are literally like 0.02. And so you feel like you can say whatever. There's no...
I guess. I don't know. But then to me, I'm like, well, then what's the point of even sending it?
That small little chance.
Who?
All right.
Who?
Basketball player and NBA player.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That's funny.
He wasn't even on the team that I was rooting for. He was on the opposing team. And I was like, you're cute. He did seem attainable because he had like 20,000 followers or something instead of like.
You can't get away from it. You can't talk your way out of it.
Okay. Alrighty. Girls' night are really fun, and you should have one.
Go follow us on YouTube, guys. We love you.
Okay. Can I cheers your water?
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.